amazing viewers and subscribers, and welcome to an exciting Doctor Who review for today. Of course, I'm reviewing Doctor Who Death to the Daleks, Jon Pertwee's final Dalek story, as 2 stories later on he goes off to regenerate into Tom Baker. So Death to the Daleks, it is the 3rd story from season 11, and of course it was actually broadcast from the 23rd of February to the 16th of March 1974. And this story is, some people say it's Jon Pertwee's weakest Dalek story, some people say it's one of the strongest. For me, it's enjoyable. I enjoyed it. I know some people don't like Death to the Daleks, I know some people love it, but for me, you're going to find out where it literally lands for me. So Death to the Daleks, I do enjoy the story. So we end up on the planet Exelon. And of course, you basically have the opening shot where basically one of the crewmen from Earth is basically running away from something, and of course an arrow hits him in the stomach. You got that kind of fake actor who goes like that, and his body just kind of rolls into the river, sort of thing. So then, of course, we cut a scene into the TARDIS where Jon Pertwee is there with this multicoloured umbrella, which is the one I kind of think that we do see Colin use in the 2 Doctors. It kind of looks so similar. So Jon Pertwee is there literally singing along, and of course Sarah Jane is ready to go to a beach where the TARDIS is actually pulled down onto the planet Exelon, and the power is kind of draining away from the TARDIS thanks to the city, because the light of the beacon drains all ships' powers, and of course it drains the TARDIS's energy as well, which I don't think it should work with the TARDIS being a Gallifrey machine, but it does, because basically the TARDIS kind of shuts itself down. So when the Doctor and the Doctor and Sarah go out to investigate, they actually open the doors by using a little hand thing, and it literally rolls it like that, and the doors kind of come open. Now, the Exelons are there watching them, the actual fantastic people with the big googly eyes, with big loincloths all over their heads. So they're there kind of watching the Doctor and Sarah. So when Sarah goes in, decides to go and put something a little bit warmer, the Doctor kind of walks off. And when Sarah literally goes out of the TARDIS, she knows it's the Doctor's gone. So when she literally does catch up where the Doctor was, she literally comes up with the oil lamp that the Doctor was holding, and of course it's got a little bit of blood in it, so she thinks the Doctor's dead. So when she runs back into the TARDIS, one of the Exelons are in the TARDIS as well, so they do try to grab her, and she's there literally going like, ah, like that big fantastic Sarah Jane scream as the Exelon moves its hands to her ankle. So the Doctor has been captured by the Exelons, and basically when they're literally walking in the middle of the base, he's got his hands tied. The Doctor does free himself, and he does escape, and then of course he comes across a trap with the boulder, and of course he does get like a rock and he throws it onto the trap, and that's when literally the human people that are left go to get hold of him, and they literally think he's the Exelons. They're like, whoa, what are you doing? I'm trying to go back to my spaceship, I've got a friend. So they take them back to their spaceship, and then of course while they're there, they literally hear a noise overhead, thinking it is the Earth Relief crew, and of course it comes to turn out to be the Daleks. So I like the music in this one. It's not very Dalek-y music, that dun 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 dun, like that. It's very like comic-y sort of music. So I do like the fact that Daleks do lose their powers at first. They can't really exterminate anybody, which means they have to team up with the humans. So when they literally do go out and walk in, they can't attack the Exelons, and a Dalek gets blown up, because they're there with the bow and arrows. I like the Daleks are just there literally thinking they can literally get the weapons working, and they go, exterminate, 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 and they literally just there firing bows and arrows into the Dalek, and the Dalek does explode, and they're literally just there around the Dalek like dancing, going hoo, 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 like cavemen. So that is a scene I really did enjoy. I like when they literally do get captured by the Exelons and then get taken to the base, and they literally come into the sacrifice where they're about to sacrifice Sarah Jane. So the Doctor does rescue Sarah Jane, and they kind of escape, and the Daleks, they're going after them, because the Daleks have got little machine guns put onto their guns now, so they literally can exterminate with like little machine turrets. So, and they do go around killing the Exelons, and they take over the planet at one point, because on the planet they have got something that is needed, like a cure for a space plague. So I quite like the fact when the Daleks are there for the same reason as the humans, so they literally have a little bit of a team up trying to get the Exelons to dig for the actual minerals they need from the river and stuff. I like when the Doctor and Joe are literally going through the passageway, and some of the Escalons that really don't believe what like the other people do, like the city, they think they're being ruled by the city. I like when Sarah literally becomes friends with them, and the Daleks they're chasing after them, where the Doctor literally comes face to face with a big metal root. And of course that root does actually take on a Dalek, and it does get blown up, and the only thing that literally survives is the Dalek gun, the Dalek weaponry. As the Doctor comes out, and of course the Dalek does try chasing after them, which they do survive. So when they're going to watch, they've got the Escalons in the river, you've got the Daleks, you've got the humans, and when the metal root literally comes out of the actual, like, the lake, like a lake sort of thing, and it literally just attacks the Dalek. So the Dalek is there going, exterminate, and it literally goes, and the Dalek really explodes, and it falls off the cliff straight in to the actual lake. I love, in this scene, we do see a Dalek have a massive hissy fit. I have failed. Human female has escaped. I have failed. I have failed. Like that. I really love that story, as that part of the story as well, when the Dalek literally just has that fantastic hissy fit. It really makes me laugh every time I watch it. So then when the Daleks do, like, after, thanks to the two people the Daleks have captured and put the bombs, the power just gets restored to the Dalek ship. So the Daleks think they are going to get away and basically leave, and then of course one of the human people literally explode the bombs on the Dalek ship. So the Dalek ship explodes right there in the city, and right over above the city. So when they actually cut back to the city is actually melting. So this story has a very, very strange cliffhanger where you got the Doctor and the Nexalon walking through the city, and they literally come across a chessboard, like a board, and it's the board of death, and the Doctor goes, no, stop, no. That bit's a really, really strange of a cliffhanger, I have to say. It's not as great as like when the Doctor comes face to face with a root, or the cliffhanger to part 1. I really like when the Daleks actually come out. Death to the Daleks is definitely a story I do enjoy. Now, fun fact for you all, this was actually my first Dalek story I watched back in 1999 as a 3-year-old. This is the story I remember watching for Doctor Who, and then I watched this one, The Monster Planet, then Planet of the Spiders, and went straight into Tom Baker. So between 3 and 4, I was literally watching Tom Baker's Doctor, but this was the very first start for me in my memory, where my mum's told me that I was actually watching Doctor Who since 1996, where I used to watch it with my dad when my dad used to put me on his knee and watch Doctor Who. I don't really remember that. I actually just remember Death to the Daleks being my first full-on story I remember up here in my memory, because there are scenes in here I just absolutely love. It's a great Dalek story. Yes, okay, the Daleks are a little bit played for comedy, where they have the guns taken off them. They have to get like a little machine guns and stuff, but I really enjoyed the story. So, Death to the Daleks, how do I rank and rate this story? Well, it is an 8.5 out of 10. It's not the best Dalek story for me. I mean, the best Dalek story for John Pertwee is definitely Day of the Daleks, followed by Planet of the Daleks. So this is literally one I do enjoy. I do enjoy Planet of the Daleks. The Planet of the Daleks is a story I can just go back and rewatch anytime. Death to the Daleks, I have to be in a mood for. It's like, oh, I want to watch a Dalek story. Let's watch the last John Pertwee story. I need to be in that type of frame mind for it. And I did enjoy it rewatching this the other day. It is a really interesting story. I like John Pertwee's outfit as well. So it is the return of the Green Death outfit, but instead of having shoes for the Doctor, he literally wears the big black boots that we do see John Pertwee wear for other stories like Carnival of Monsters and that. So it is a little bit of a mishmash, because I like the fact he's wearing the Green Death outfit, but he's like the velvet jacket and the frilly shirt and the bow tie. So he is actually wearing the the Green Death in this story outfit. So I do quite like that. So yeah, Death to the Daleks is definitely an 8.5 out of 10, and it is an A+, just an A+. I did enjoy it. It's a great, fun little story. Absolutely enjoyable. So what do you think of Doctor Who Death to the Daleks? Is it one that you would enjoy revisiting? Is it a story that you don't want to revisit? Let me know in the comments section down below. Also, let me know how you rank and rate this story. And please do like, subscribe and share, and join for awesome Doctor Who content. And stay absolutely magnificent.